Done.
I thought we was allowed to eat anything over here.
I didn't get that email.
When you click a mouse
To state the obvious.
Bro, what is this?
Americans love food. And in the U.S., you can buy anything imaginable
What was
at
that guy's
restaurants,
name?
farms, markets, and other stores. Well, almost
Ooh, that thing look good. Look at all them mushrooms.
imaginable at restaurants, farms, markets, and other stores.
When I tell you I would absolutely suck this thing down in record time, buddy, you better believe me.
Well,
Look at all of them mushrooms. Oh my goodness, man.
almost anything. The U.S. Food and Drug Administration has banned many foods from being sold or eaten in the United States for various reasons. So, today, we're going to take a look at some foreign foods that are not allowed in the USA. But before we get started, be sure to subscribe to the Weird History
How is
Food
something
channel.
not allowed in the
After that,
US?
please leave a comment and let us know what other funky food topics you would like to
This
hear
probably
about.
about to make me mad. 'Cause There's
Now,
probably gonna be some good stuff on here.
let's take an illicit trip on the wild side of food.
Never mind. I don't know what that is, but it looks bad.
Scotland is known for a number of wonderful things, like Scotch whiskey, bagpipes, and Sean Connery. But it's also known for eating haggis.
Haggis? What is haggis?
Haggis, for those who don't know, is a type of pudding composed of the liver, heart, and lungs of a sheep, mixed with beef and oatmeal,
Y'all can keep that.
then seasoned with onions, cayenne peppers, and other spices. This mixture is then packed into a sheep's stomach and boiled.
How revolting!
Exactly. What?
This might not sound appetizing to everyone, but Scottish people are really into it. In fact, haggis is the national dish of Scotland, and if you get it there, it's usually accompanied by turnips and mashed potatoes. Americans who like haggis, however, are out of luck, because haggis is currently banned from being imported into the United States.
Thank you.
The U.S. banned all foods that are made from animal lungs in 1971. Since then, Scotland has made several efforts to influence the U.S. into lifting the ban on haggis and changing federal food safety regulations, but they've come up short each time. Too bad Sean Connery isn't around to ask them.
That chat.
Sometimes the U.S. bans foods for health concerns about the dish itself, but there are
Oh my goodness. What is this, man?
other reasons John Q. Law might stop you from enjoying a particular meal. For example, to protect an endangered species. Such is the case with beluga caviar. Caviar is, of course, fish eggs. Beluga caviar comes from the beluga sturgeon, which is the largest of the sturgeons, weighing more than 2,000 pounds and measuring more than 15 feet long. It can take up to 25 years for the female beluga to mature and produce eggs. Beluga caviar varies in color from light to dark gray and is the largest grain caviar.
People eat this?
Their pearls are the most delicate and have a mild, buttery flavor. In 2005, however, the United States banned beluga caviar from further import due to overfishing. The U.S. was consuming about 60% of the world's beluga caviar, which is considered the Rolls-Royce of caviar.
Bro, I couldn't even like sit here and eat this because I'd be knowing I'm eating eggs. Like, not like chicken eggs, but like a bunch of little tiny eggs. Like, chicken egg is different. I don't know, man. Y'all see what I'm saying, though?
Caviar due to costing $200 per ounce. In fact, beluga caviar was so desirable that the available stock declined by 90%. Overfishing of the beluga can mostly be traced back to poaching in the black market, but that's just academic now. The bottom line is, no beluga caviar for Americans anymore.
That's cool with me.
So as we've seen, the U.S. might ban a food for being unsafe, or because it derives from a species at risk. But there's yet another reason a food might be banned: trading concerns. Take the Mirabelle plum, which is the small, oval-shaped and dark yellow fruit grown on the
Y'all
Mirabelle
keep
plum
that
tree.
too.
It's sweet and full of flavor, and is used in fruit preserves and dessert pies. The fruit can mostly be found in France, where 70% of the world's Mirabelle production occurs. The production of the Mirabelle plum has been supported since 1996 by a protected geographical indication to help guarantee its
Dude, it makes you wonder, man. Like, You know how much of a risk the people were taking who first like discovered an apple tree? Like, who you think the first person ever, like a caveman walking around, saw like an apple and was like, you know what, I'm gonna eat that thing, see what happens. You know what else is crazy? Like, who invented fishing? What caveman was sitting by a lake, said, you know what, I'm gonna create a fishing pole.
Authenticity. The protected origin designation makes it illegal to import or commercially sell the plums in the U.S. That being said, regular folks can grow them on their own property, as long as you don't try to sell them.
What?
Unpasteurized milk, or raw milk, is milk that comes directly from an animal's udder and hasn't been heat-treated or pasteurized to kill any bacteria. Sounds great, right?
Oh, indeed it does.
Well, it may not be. Raw milk carries a higher risk of being contaminated with harmful bacteria that causes foodborne illnesses than pasteurized milk does. Children, in particular, are at a higher...
Oh, milk is nasty. I'm sorry. Milk is gross. Ugh. I don't know. I got like a milk phobia or something. Dude, I've got like a milk phobia. It's just, I don't know. It's ugh. I don't know, man.
Risk for these diseases because their immune systems have not yet fully developed. The FDA banned the interstate sale or distribution of raw milk in the U.S., but states are able to adopt their own laws for the sale of raw milk. Given the risk, you might think that states would want to stop people from drinking the stuff, but not so much. In fact, drinking and consuming unpasteurized milk is 100% legal in all 50 states. That being said, only 13 states allow the sale of raw milk in retail stores. Of the other 37, 20 states prohibit the sale of raw milk, and 17 states allow the sale of raw milk on the farm in which it was produced. And at the very least, many of the states that allow the selling of raw...
You have weak bones, buddy. Can you grow up? This dude literally just took a quote that was said when you were a kid and thinks that it's actually true. Buddy, can you do some research? Adults aren't even meant to drink milk. There's a reason why most people are lactose intolerant. It's because after you grow up, you're not even meant to drink milk anymore. Like, you think lactose intolerance is like a disease? No, that's literally like how it's meant to be.
Raw milk require a warning label informing consumers about the risk of pathogens that can be found in the milk. There is currently something of a movement in the United States to consume organic and locally grown foods. Some believe that raw milk is more nutritious and provides good bacteria for the body. Sassafras oil is extracted from the dried root
Dude,
bark
what is this stuff?
of the sassafras tree. The tree, in case you want to go looking for one, stands anywhere from 20 to 40 feet tall, with slender branches and orange and brown colored bark.
Slender,
The leaves
man!
are oval and can grow to 3 to 7
Man, I ain't
inches
worried
long.
about this stuff. Give me something cool.
The ortolan is a small, colorful
No way y'all be killing these things and eating them.
bird in the bunting family, a category that also includes American tree sparrows. Once upon a time, in a faraway land called France,
Don't
the
eat 'em.
ortolan was a chief ingredient in a highly controversial meal. The recipe called for the bird to be cooked for 8 minutes and served with a head attached. The bird was then meant to be eaten whole, including the head and bones. Due to its rarity, the killing and selling of the ortolan was banned in France in the 1990s. But that didn't stop poachers who continued to catch the small bunting and sell it to local restaurants. In fact, the law was so inconsequential that France's League for the Protection of Birds claimed that the ortolan population dropped 30% even after the ban was enacted. This forced the government to enact more stringent enforcement in 2007. But the killing of the rare bird is less controversial than the barbaric way in which it is killed. It starts with the birds being trapped during their migratory season and kept in covered cages. Since the ortolan eats more at night, covering the cages cruelly tricks them into gorging on grain. even to the point where
Yo,
the
y'all
bodies
wrong
double
for
in
that.
size. This is a less gruesome variation on an alleged ancient practice in which the bird's eyes would be plucked out, fooling them into thinking it was night so that they would eat more. Either way, once the ortolans are fattened up, they're thrown, still alive mind you, into a vat of Armagnac.
What?
Which drowns and marinates them. France now strictly enforces the ban on killing ortolans. In fact, the killing, cooking, or smuggling of the bird anywhere in the European Union or the United States is currently a crime.
Oh, nah!
Caseoh
I don't know what this is. I'm skipping that.
Movies like 1975's Jaws make it seem like humans have a lot to fear from sharks. But in reality, the reverse is far more true. In fact, finning, the act of cutting off a shark's fin, is one of the greatest threats that sharks face. It's so dangerous because after a shark is finned, it's thrown back in the sea, where it may drown, bleed to death, or be eaten by other animals.
de-finning them!
Unfortunately, for those who want to protect the sharks, there is still a large market for shark fins to make shark fin soup, which is a popular and luxurious Asian dish. Shark fins are very popular in Asia and can be found in food stores, pharmacies, and fishing villages. The demand for shark fins has led to sharks being targeted solely
Chad, who in here is eating a shark fin?
for their fins. But don't expect to try that soup in the US anytime soon. The practice of finning is illegal in the United States.
Oh, nah.
Ackee appears to be a very delightful and delicious fruit, but appearances can be deceiving. For if the ackee is improperly eaten, it can cause vomiting or even lead to a coma
That's why you shouldn't eat fruits right there.
or death. To do it right, you need to know that the ackee's fruit's protective pod turns red and naturally opens, revealing the edible portion, which is the many yellow aril that surround the toxic black seeds. The ackee fruit is originally native to West Africa, but was brought to Jamaica in
Yeah, look, y'all
1778.
say of course, but bro, I'm sorry that like vegetables are nasty, man. I'm sorry, but that's just life. They're just nasty, bro. This isn't a vegetable. I know this is a fruit, but I'm talking about like vegetables. They're just gross. They're not. They literally are, though. You can't sit here and look at some lettuce and be like, man, that's just lovely. Like what?
In Jamaica, the harmful effects of ackee fruit are known as Jamaican vomiting sickness, and they're comfortable enough with it to have made it Jamaica's national
So
fruit.
greens
The
are
fruit can be
nasty?
tried in-
Yes, they're nasty. You want me to sit here and act like they just taste good? They don't. There's a reason why before we eat them, we do a million different things to them, like potatoes. Guess what? French fries, loser.
in Jamaica paired with codfish, which is a popular dish. In the US, however, the FDA banned all ackee, though they later allowed the sale of frozen or canned ackee. The import of fresh
Grow up.
ackee
I am
is
grown.
still banned.
These ain't banned.
The
I've seen
Kinder
them.
Surprise Egg is a hollow chocolate egg that holds a plastic capsule that contains a toy. The toy is usually a simple collectible, like a tiny bike or miniature beach bucket and pail. They are widely popular and are sold across the world, except in the United States. Not that it's hurting them any. In fact, even without the help from US markets, Kinder sells more than 3.5 billion surprise eggs each year. Kinder Surprise Eggs have always been illegal in the United States.
Why?
The 1938 regulation made it illegal to sell any candy that contains a non-nutritive object. Several efforts have been made to import the chocolate egg into the U.S., but the federal government has continued its ban and recalled the item each time. Luckily for U.S. consumers, Kinder also makes the Joy Egg, which is a more recent version that separates the toy from the chocolate in two sealed halves. The Joy Egg meets FDA regulations and is compliant with the Consumer Product Safety Commission. It's not exactly the same as the Kinder Surprise, but it's close enough so the fans across the U.S. can get their fix. So what do you think? What banned food sounds good to you?
None of them. None of them sound good. You know what else doesn't sound good? Vegetables. And y'all ain't about to sit here and tell me to grow up. I'm a grown man, buddy. Y'all are like legitimately just being devil's advocate for no reason. You're not about to sit here and tell me that a bowl of vegetables like lettuce and stuff is just pleasing to you. Stop. Stop saying lettuce. What else you want me to say?